Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Patty Smirk and we should be here for the Simplex-IT monthly office webinar. Today's topic is PowerPoint Recorder. So I touched on this a little bit several months ago when we went over the new version of PowerPoint and got some interest in it. So I just wanted to kind of devote a webinar and get into a little bit more details with PowerPoint Recorder. So please, if you have any issues with audio, let me know. I have muted the audience. But you can always type in the chat window. Also, along with the webinar information, you received a phone number in case you do have any issues with audio. You can always follow along on the screen and then call in with your phone. But why don't we go ahead and get started? Simplex-IT is, we like to say we're in good company. So we're partners with a lot of great companies, Microsoft, Sophos, Cisco, and so on. Should Simplex-IT be your IT department? Well, we sure hope so. So if you can answer yes to any one of these questions, please let us know. We'd love to work with you. Even if you have an IT department, we always say we work well with others. We have some great events coming up for the rest of the year. The next webinar that we're doing is our monthly project webinar, and that's actually a week from today. And that is on Project Online. So if you're a Project Online user, the subscription packages have changed quite dramatically. So we'll take some time to talk through some of those changes. If you're not a Project Online user and you're wondering what the heck it is, let me know. I would love to chat with you about it. It's basically Project Server Online, sort of an addition to Microsoft Project for managing multiple projects. It's great. October 26th, the next day after that, Simplex-IT is offering online IT security training for our clients. So this is training that your employees can actually log in and go through. They get reminder emails. They're taught all about what to click on in an email and how not to catch a virus, all kinds of great things. So Bob will talk in great detail about what that security is going to look like and what that offering for the training is going to look like on October 26th. November 8th is our next office webinar, and that is the Beginner's Guide to SharePoint. So I didn't know what to call this one, but basically I want to start out at the very, very basic. A lot of times I hear that people have SharePoint, but they're a little intimidated, or they don't really know what it is, or the different ways that they can access it. So we're just going to really take a basic approach to that. And then if we need to get into a little bit more detail or a little bit more advanced level, we can in the future. And then the next project webinar is going to be on project task types. And then one of our most exciting events of the year, we look forward to this all year long, is December 7th. We're having our Geek Raffle. So if you've ever been to one of our Geek Raffles, you know they're a great time. No, you can't win your own geek, but what we do is we buy a whole bunch of really cool stuff, usually from thinkgeek.com or one of our favorite vendors, and just, just some cool geeky stuff that we like. And then you come have lunch with us and buy some raffle tickets. And then we raffle off those cool geeky items. If you're not familiar with the area, we're located in Northeast Ohio. We actually moved from Hudson to Stowe recently, but we're still having our Geek Raffle at the Malted Meeple, and they're right in Hudson on 91. So you can register for that on our website. It's free to attend, free lunch. The only thing you buy are the raffle tickets for the prizes that you want to enter. I think they're $1 a piece, or 5 or 6 for $5, I think, or something like that. So it's a good time, and the best part is it benefits the Hattie Larlin Foundation, local charity that we just love supporting. So they'll be there as well. You'll probably see a lot more information on that coming. I think I got my slides out of order. This one usually comes before the events, but that's okay. You're probably familiar with Simplex-IT already since you're sitting in on this webinar, but we want to be your virtual CIO department, so your IT department. Simplex DBA and Simplex PM are two sort of branches of Simplex-IT. DBA, Doug Tombo heads this up, and he ensures that the health and performance, usefulness of your data is the best that it can be. And then Simplex PM is the branch that I head up, and I'm trying to help project managers get better at project management. So whether that's through Project Online, which we just talked about a few minutes ago, whether it's through training or tools or mentoring, what have you. So if you have any need for that, or need some help with Microsoft Project or setting up some templates, I'd love to help you out. One of the things that I'm most passionate about, project management, Project Online, Microsoft Project. So I love that stuff. almost as much as I love PowerPoint recording. Uh, so without further ado, let's talk about that. Now, what you see on the screen here is an example of something that I recorded just minutes before this webinar. I thought I should maybe go and record something so you can see what it looks like before we actually talk about how to do it. So with PowerPoint Recorder, basically all it does is creates an area of recorded activity on your screen. And your screen can be in PowerPoint, it can be in a web browser, it can be on your desktop, whatever, it doesn't matter. It can be on a custom project or a custom piece of software that you have at your location. So I created a silly little PowerPoint recording on filling out an events calendar form on our website. So you can see here it's added to my PowerPoint slide, just like really any other video or image would be added. And then when I hover over it with my mouse, you can see the bar pops up at the bottom. And I can choose to play this. And you can see I'll start typing in my name and show you how to fill it in. So this is kind of what it looks like as an end result. I chose not to record the audio, although you can, so you can have audio going along with it. And then you can do different things like trimming off the time at the beginning or at the end, or so on. But I personally think it's really great for showing somebody how to do something. So there you can see how to register for one of our events. Once you hit enter, then or submit, then it's taking you to the success page. So yeah, really great. Instead of I know, occasionally in these webinars, or I'll get a call and somebody will ask me how to do something, and oftentimes my explanations, if they're in email, are several screenshots. Okay, go here, then go there, and then do this screenshot. So I think being able to record it in PowerPoint is a great option. Now I know that there are other recording options, and that's fine. I like the PowerPoint one because it's there, it's handy. 9 times out of 10 when I want to record something, its destination is going to end up in PowerPoint. But the nice thing about this also is that your destination does not have to be PowerPoint. So you can record it using the PowerPoint recorder and then save it as a separate file elsewhere. Okay. So let me show you how we do it. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of set up my recording. So let's say that I am going to show you, I'll show you how to enter an event. I'll just go through kind of what I did here. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to delete that to give me some space. Now, since I know that that's what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pull it up in another window, and I'm just going to make sure that it's ready for me. So once that I hit record in PowerPoint, that the next window that pops up is going to be the window that I want to record. So I'm just going to open up my web browser. I'm going to go to our web page and down to events calendar, and I'll just leave it there. So my recording will be sort of this window. I want to be able to show somebody how to go into this window, how to click on the event, and how to fill in the form. So I'll leave that up and I'll go back into PowerPoint. And now the only thing I'm going to do is go to the Insert tab at the top, and all the way over to the right is Screen Recording. So I'm just going to click on Screen Recording. And you'll notice the very next thing, oh, that's funny, it kind of defaulted from the last one I did. So the very next thing it does is it assumes that you're going to want to record an area in the window behind your PowerPoint program. So that's fine. Here I can choose to select the area that I want to record. So if I don't want the whole screen, that's fine. Maybe I just want this area. Maybe I do want, the whole website, but not, maybe I don't really care about this hardware services over to the side. So that's fine. So I've selected my area. I can choose to turn on or off the audio. I'm actually going to turn it off for this webinar because then when I play it back, you won't have to listen to me again. So I'm going to turn it off, but I certainly could leave it on. And then also you can choose to hide your pointer. So if you don't want to see your mouse movements on the screen, you can hide that. And I'm sure you saw the last one that I showed you was not hidden, so you could see my mouse kind of moving around. So once you're ready, once you've got it all set up the way you like, you just press record, and it'll count down for you. And then from this moment on, everything is recorded. So I'm just going to go to my Project Online event. I'm going to click on it. It's going to load. Oh, that's wonderful. That's exactly what I want. I see here that my screen size once I scroll down to the page, it fits into the screen size that I selected. So that's great. I'm just going to show you how to register for this event. And then I'm just going to press register. And you'll be taken to the success screen. And you can continue on. So like if I wanted to show somebody maybe how to check out the blog, I can come over here and click on blog. Now in the meantime, I would be probably giving some informational guidance talking about, okay, now let's go check out the blog and read the latest blog article. So you can certainly do that as well. When you're done recording, wait till this blog article pops up. Okay, so once you're done recording, you can press, you can quit just by pressing the Windows key, Shift, and Q. So Windows Shift Q stops the recording, bounces you back into PowerPoint, and gives you an image of what you've just recorded. And then this image behaves very much like any other image on your screen, so you can resize it, you can put a frame around it, what have you. So anything that you can do to an image or a graphic, you can do to a screen recording. I can hit play and I can actually see the movement here. I don't have to be in a PowerPoint presentation. I don't have to be in F5 mode. I can see it right from the PowerPoint screen, and you can see all of the sort of the actions that I took during this time. I'm just going to stop that. Since you watched it once, you probably don't need to watch it all. You don't need to watch the whole thing again. I'm just going to click stop, and then it'll stop for me. Of course, you've got your controls, so you can move back or move forward and increase or decrease the volume. You also have a number of other options. So you can right-click right on the image, and you can choose to style it using some different video quick styles. You can choose to trim it, which I always do because I feel like it takes me a few minutes to kind of get started. So you can trim off that couple seconds in the beginning so that as soon as the person hits play, the video starts. And then start will just start the video automatically, or once you click it, so you can choose that. As far as the styles go, if I click on that, this will just show you just the different ways that the video appears. So if you like that sort of soft edges or, rounded edges, what have you. So just up to you on what you prefer. There you go, circle. So there's quite a few different options here. You can kind of play around with it and see what you like. Some of it does make it a little bit harder to see. Like I could understand this soft oval. Once it starts, look how it's kind of cutting off my data. So it just depends on what you're recording and how you want to see it. I can also see how this rounded soft edges might be good if you're really focusing on a small area or a specific person. That might draw attention to them. But then again, you have all of the options up along the top as well. So now that it's a video, you can change the video shape, the borders, the effects, and so on. Now another question that I get asked quite often is, can I save this outside of PowerPoint, or is it just just part of my PowerPoint presentation? And you absolutely can save it outside of PowerPoint. Again, I just right-clicked on the recorded image and I selected Save Media As. And then here, I can choose to save it wherever I'd like, on my desktop or my SharePoint site or whatnot. And then I can save it as just a media file. So I can save it as Media 1, and I will just throw it on my desktop, along with the million of other things that I have on there. And then that way I can use it maybe in other PowerPoint presentations. Maybe I want to attach it to an email or even post it up on my website, what have you. So really, really great little trick. Also notice when I have the video selected, currently we were looking at the Format tab where you can control the format of how that video looks. We kind of went through some of those. The Playback tab controls, obviously, how it's being played back. So you can add bookmarks. Really nice for longer presentations, like if you wanted to, if you were doing a training video and kind of wanted to bookmark the high level topics, you can choose to add a bookmark to your video wherever your player is in the time. So you can see it added. My little circles are my bookmarks. It makes it really easy to go back to a certain point in time in the video. Again, there's our trim. You can choose to fade in and fade out. You can control the volume. Really nice. I found that if I'm sometimes the videos are louder than the others, so I have one area where I have two videos on the same slide, and one is quite a bit louder than the other. I don't know why, it just recorded that way. So it's nice to be able to control the volume outside of the video once it's been recorded. So that's done here. And then of course you can control how it's starting. We saw that with the right click. If you wanted it to play full screen, if you wanted it to hide when it's not playing, if you wanted it to loop again, or if you wanted it to go back. I kind of like the rewind after playing. I will usually select that. Again, I keep going back to the training videos just because I think I'm a trainer at heart, but also I can see the use in this, and so it's kind of nice to rewind it after you've gone through it once, so that if people wanted to play it again, they could just hit play and they don't have to drag the player back. All right, so let's run through that again. I'm just going to delete this one. I've hacked it all up by now. I'm just going to delete it. And let me just walk you through it one more time. This time, I think I'm going to record something in Excel. I don't know yet. Maybe autofill. That's a good one. So I'm going to have my Excel window up. I'm going to have my Excel window up, and I'm just going to pull up my PowerPoint. I'm going to go under my Insert tab and down to Screen Recording. I'm going to click on Screen Recording. It's going to take me into Excel, and I'm just going to select the area that I want to record. I'm just going to click Select Area first. And I'm going to click and drag to select the area that I want to record. So that should do it. Once I've selected the area, I'll show you how to autofill for this one. So I'm just going to click Record, and count down. And then for autofill, let's just say I want a quick numbered list. 1, 2, 3, so on. Now I can take that number 3. I can select all 3. Once I select them, see that little green square down in the lower right corner? It's called autofill. And if you click and drag on that, it'll actually capture the pattern that you set. So you can create a quick numbered list. Take it down to 20. You can do the same thing with a couple other patterns, so like the days of the week. You can click and drag. And this is a nice one because it's kind of hard to explain, like especially in an email or something. You know, to select these cells and then find that little square in the lower right corner. Wait till your crosshairs change from white to black, and then that's when you can autofill. So it's kind of nice to be able to do it in a video. Okay. So that's done. That's all that I wanted to record. I'm going to quit. Again, Windows Shift Q. Quit my recording. It puts it right in PowerPoint for me. I can preview it just by clicking the play button. There's probably a few seconds there that I should trim off. Just a couple, not too many. And then you can see how I select the 3 cells, and then how autofill then fills it down. And I'm just going to stop it now. So if I did want to go and trim off those few seconds, I can go into Trim Video. And I can say that I just want to Cut off maybe 2 seconds. It's kind of nice because notice as I'm sliding this timer back and forth, you can see the activity on the screen. So I don't really care until I start typing. I don't care about how much time was spent. So I'm just going to cut off about 3.5 seconds there. And then the end, once it's filled, that's it. I can probably cut it off there. If my start time reverted back. There it was, right about there that I want to start. So you can just click OK. That trims it down, cuts down on the file size, cuts down on some of the frustration too. You know, when we click on a file to play or a video to play, we want it to play right now. So that helps with that. And then again, if I select the video, I can choose, and maybe once I do my numbers here, maybe that'll be a good place for a bookmark. So then I can click the Add Bookmark. And then if I come here and I do just type in the Monday, Tuesday, I might want to put a bookmark there. So I just click Add Bookmark. And then you probably don't need any more, maybe the halfway one, the bookmark there. So that way, as it's playing, you can see the bookmarks, but you can also jump to them very quickly. Because it's hard to remember that, oh yeah, the autofill was done at 20 seconds or whatever it was, 13 seconds. Again, you have all of your options. If you want to right click, you can change the style, which is just the formatting around it. You can trim it just like you can in the ribbon up at the top, and you can change how it's starting, whether it's automatic or on click. If I wanted to save this as an external file, I can right click and choose Save Media As, and that just allows me to save my file as a separate file. It's not necessarily tied to this PowerPoint slide. I can right click and change my size and position if you wanted to. If it had to fit in a very specific area, I would right click and choose size and position, then I can get in and actually specify the exact height and width. Otherwise, I would probably just click and drag. You know, if I just wanted to make it a little smaller and I didn't really need to have it be a specific perfect size, then I would just eyeball it and use just the little resize of the corners. All of the formatting, of course, can be done in the Format tab with your video. You have all of your different design options. If you've gone a little crazy with it and you want to go back, you can always go back to Reset Design, and you can even select Reset Design and Size. So if if you've really resized it wrong, you can always reset that. There are some color corrections, but sometimes in videos they don't always work the same way as photos, so just be careful with those. You can see here there's, if I wanted to make it a little bit lighter, it gets a little bit washed out. So just be careful with them. Sometimes another word of caution too is sometimes it'll look like it's okay in this first frame, but then later on in the video, sometimes the contrasts don't work out as well. So make sure that if you're using a video correction, that it's going to be something that is going to make sense throughout the duration of the video. All right, so that was PowerPoint Screen Recorder. I hope you liked it. Would love some feedback. If you think that you'll use it, let me know. If you are using it and you need some help, again, let me know. Would love to help you out, but also love to be able to hear your real life stories of how you've put this into use. So thanks for joining. Really glad that you could. Let me just pull up the next topics. So if you'd like, our next project webinar is next week on Project Online subscription packages, and then the next Office webinar is the one on November 8th for SharePoint Basics. So you should be a pro at registering for the webinars. Not only did you register for this one, but we went through how to do it as an example for the PowerPoint Recorder. So great. All right, everyone, thanks so much for joining, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.